Hello everyone, Attack Power here with another game from the single division tournament here on Shchedrin. Let's dive right in here. And on the left, in the red, we have Konosmgr playing Gruppe Harteneck on Maverick Income. And on the right, in the blue, we have Protoss playing 4th Alpine, also on Maverick Income. Good to see Protoss back. Haven't seen him in a tournament in quite a while, so that's definitely exciting. But Gruppe Harteneck, very strong division here. It has some weaknesses, but overall, definitely solid A-tier division. Recon tab, it's a solid mix. You do get the VK9, which is an autocannon-like little Panzer II tank thing. You get some Kozakin, which are some cheap 20-point infantry squads, and the usual Aufklär stuff. Going into the infantry tab, one of the strong points of this division, you get a mix of Hungarian troops with the Husaroks and Husarok Gorosodoshaks. You get some Jaegers in the Jaeger Pioneers and Reitjäger, MP44, which is an extremely strong unit with Molotovs and MP44s. You get Stolztrupp, you get a card of Panzergrens in A phase only, and then some Grenadier DP, which usually we see in C phase. Tank tab, nice little rounded out tab here with some T-34s, Stug 3s, and Tigers. Plenty of Tigers to go around. Your support tab, also really solid with Stu 42s and Panzer 3s, a bunch of MG 42s. You get the Urzat MG, which is a 20-point MG 34, which is just phenomenal. Your AT tab, also again, pretty solid overall. 45 mils Martyr 3s, which is one of the best AT tank destroyers in the game. You get the FK 288 with its radio. You do get Pack 40s. We don't see them here. You get Panzer Shreks, the usual kind of stuff there as well. Your AA tab, definitely one of the weaknesses of the deck. You only get 20 mils and SDK of Z71, that one card of SDK of Z11. The only reason this division isn't completely farted on from the air. Your Arty tab is okay. It does have some big guns. We don't see them here. He's bringing in the yucky off map instead, and the really fun 75 mils, which are almost like mortars. And your air tab actually really solid with some good fighters, some good bombers. It does have a mediocre AT plane. Other big issue for this division is killing heavy tanks, but we're not going to see that here with 4th Alpine on the other side with Protoss, a division we don't see very often. I would put it low B tier at best. Definitely has some very significant and exploitable weaknesses, but hopping in here, Recon tab, pretty phenomenal. You get ABU SOARs and some really good infantry along with the 20 mil flak car. Your infantry, really solid with, I think, the best CQC infantry in the game in the P80. I believe this is just the strongest one. It has a grenade and a flamer. Now we'll see a new one of those coming up in the new DLC, but right now this is the only one, and it is absolutely disgusting to watch. This thing can absolutely cream any other unit in CQC. Alpini are okay. They're really not amazing, but they're 20 points, which makes them much better than they look on paper. Your tank tab, one of the big issues with the division, mostly crappy light tanks. One card of P26 40s, which are really mediocre medium tanks, but for their price, they're quite good. But they're not, they're not lighting the world on fire. Your support tab, really lackluster, nothing long range at all. Your AT tab, solid. You get Pack 40, so it's not a complete tragedy. Your AA tab, okay, with mostly 20 mils, and you do get like a card of heavier guns there. Your Arty tab, pretty phenomenal with the Italian light artillery that just fires really fast, can be really accurate. And your air tab, also really quite good with Italian fighters and lots of Ju-87 tank busters to make up for the fact you really struggle to kill tanks. Now, game has begun. Let's dive in here. ME410 out early, BF109 E4 chasing it. BF109 E4 is a very bad resilience fighter, but it does have a really nice loadout, so it's okay. Like for 60 points, it's all right. It does a lot of work for 60 points, but it is quite slow as well. Really good for chasing on bombers. Now on the other side though, the G55 is a pretty phenomenal fighter with a really nice loadout, good speed, medium resilience. This thing is pretty phenomenal. Should take that. Oh, gets a huge crit with the BF109. Otherwise, this would have 100% won that fight. Wow, will the BF109 come back around? The G55 will easily take that out. Early off map in 172. Didn't even see that. Where the heck was that disgusting thing? Oh, it's over in 4th Alpine from Protoss there. Wow, why did he let that go? Oh, because the BF109 G6 R6 now coming in. This has a much, much better loadout. And, ooh, really? Is Protoss going for it? Oh, it's going after the off map. He's trying to get it. He's trying to punish him for it. Oh, he does take out the BF109, but loses his and oh, this 60-point plane doing the work. Oh my god! Now, the off-map is dead, though, and everyone's happy about that. Celebrate, everybody. Wow, this is really weird. Very little down south. This is super weird. This is usually where we just see a pile of support weapons. Although, Konosmgr here definitely would have won that with the Stu 42 Tiger combo. There's nothing in Protoss's deck that would have stood a chance. That's probably why he just gave it up. But the early off-map was a big commitment. We can see just doesn't have a lot on map. 90 mil now in. This thing pretty deadly. 2K, 170 penetration. Surprised you called it in down here. It's really his only way of killing super heavy tanks other than planes. 50 mil mortar down south. This is the crappy one, right? Yeah, this is with the 520 meter range. Konosmgr must feel very confident with it, though. Here's the Alpina in action. MG42, so, you know, we've seen 20-point units like Jaegers do very well. They're really spammy units. They have to. Flamer goes down. There's a Martyr 3 in. Nice counter to all these auto cars. Here goes a Focke-Wulf, 190 coming in. Excellent plane, but it is bad resilience. This one's not as good as the other one, the F9 or F whatever series. BF-109 gets on the back of that too. Oh my goodness, another huge kill. 60-point fighter just cleaning up. Konosmgr getting back to a 12-12, which is a capture of this hill. Wow, that was another huge kill. I actually really like these BF-1, like the crappy BF-109s, the cheap ones. They really overperform because they actually have a good loadout and put out a lot of damage. P90 fighting at a range they have no business fighting at. Really needs to move this. Autoblinda coming in to save the day. 2 Autoblindas might beat this Martyr 3, truth be told. Focke-Wulf coming in with the BF-109 right there. Really ballsy from Protoss. Now, I know Protoss is very rusty. He's been playing mostly Warno and stuff. And yes, there is a big difference. Wow, why won't this BF-109 die? It should have very bad resilience. Wow, it just keeps getting very lucky. Focke-Wulf needs to get out immediately. But that's 2 big fighter kills now. There's only 3 BF-109s and 3 of the BF-E4s in. Oh, that's a lot of fighters, actually. I say only. There's quite a few, and there's only 2 fighters in Protoss deck. You already lost 1. Unity will actually lose to the right Jaegers here because of the Molotov throwing first. Unless he throws his grenade over a building. Like, unless he sees that and throws over a building. A lot of play here going on. Autoblinda should get a side blast here on the Martyr 3. Yes, it does. Kills the Martyr 3. VK901 in. This is like a little Panzer II, right? I believe it is. Autoblindas fall back. Nice play there from Protoss. Still 12-12. Although I'm not sure. I mean, here comes the 90. That's going in really deep, though. Konosmgr putting his tanks in an odd-ish position. It's not like super odd, but it's a little odd because he could like be blocking off this reinforcement route and totally just denying this area because Protoss has nothing to stop that. The 90 mil, yeah, that's about it though, and the Stu-42 can definitely handle that. Other big issue with Alpina is these horrifyingly bad transports. Martyr 3 should beat the Autoblinda, but it misses twice, I think. Autoblinda. Oh, just fails. So close. But now, this is a Panzer. He's going to lose this flag. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, I understand Protoss is feeling that he has no chance of, you know, winning the fight on this hill, so why waste troops on it? But giving up 2 flags is a lot. I mean, it's a lot to give that up. Ju-87 coming in to kill the Martyr 3. Nice with the ME410 spot first. Protoss looking really thin on the map here. Martyr 3 spots a transport, does miss. Ju-87 loses line of sight somehow, or he pulled it off. It looks like he pulled it off because of the BF-109, but there is AA this time, and look at immediately it's smoking. This is that very bad resilience. These things can go down quite easily. Ju-87 making another pass now that the air is clear. BF-109 actually went down to the 90 mil. It's so rare that those things actually kill stuff. Martyr 3 goes down. SDK's at 7-1 now in, though. definitely going to be an issue. ME410 now forced off. Ju-87 will not have line of sight on this Marder 3. So it really should just give up. And it looks like he is pulling it off. Reinforcements moving into town. I mean, I just don't know how 4th Alpine deals with all these Tigers and stuff. I mean, it's obvious he's got the Pack 40s, but he's only got the 290s, which I'm shocked he brought in A. Maybe you only get them in A. I don't even know because I don't play 4th Alpine at all. I hate not being able to kill tanks and stuff. P90 did beat that right Jaeger, though. These guys are just monstrosities. 4 Berettas right there already is really dangerous, but it's this combo of the grenade flamer that is... It's not OP, but it is OP. That's why it doesn't really show up on any units except this one and the new one out of the DLC. Alpina recruits, they do have... I mean, they're 15 points, which is why you take them, but they're horrible. Brett is like the worst LMG in the game. Feels like these players are like out of stuff. They're calling in so little. I mean, Protoss has plenty of infantry in A phase. And he's got plenty of tanks too. I'm surprised we haven't seen any P26s yet. Or Pack 40s or even Arty. Maybe it's just the big investments into these 90s, which are 125 points. And he has both of those out. Here comes the P. Okay, so now we're starting to see some other stuff. He has recaptured his flag, so we're holding at 12-12. Are we going to see some Arty? There's only the 75 mils. We are seeing some Obichas coming in. He's trying to get that really close. It's a good play. I mean, you could probably put it here pretty safely, but I understand coming over here instead. I definitely get that play. Konosmgr here, building up quite a force in the town. Has an SDK of 7-1 in both positions now, so the air is basically covered off. Unless one of these goes down. PD leader does have a sniper, which is always cool. Both players, though, very passive right now. Here comes... Okay. 3 ME410s. A little weird. I mean, they're only 35 points, I understand. Now Fockel, so Protoss has gone all in on his Air Force. So he's going for the SDK of Z? Yeah, he is. He's trying... Oh, the Ju-87 gets a shot off on that SDK of Z. What a hit! Oh, Protoss going for the air bully. He's going to air spam the crap out of him. And once he works his way through these SDK of Zs, those 20 mils, they suck. I mean, they do. They suck. They can shoot planes down, but they do not stop bombing strikes and stuff, which means the Tigers and things suddenly become very vulnerable. Find the 45 mil, I guess? Yep, down the 45 goes. And now the planes... Oh, they can just bully whatever he wants. What a play! Clap. Slow clap for Protoss on that one. That's dirty. That's so dirty. He was always very good with this division. Again, he doesn't play Steel Division 2 very much anymore. Much more into war now. Which I don't understand at all, but just kidding. I'm not kidding. Ju-87 takes out the Stu-42. Oh no! Konosmgr is getting 100% bullied right now. I'm surprised he hasn't called in any more fighters. I mean, he's got more. What an air spam strike here. This is devastating. Now the Tiger's the next target. Killing off these big tanks, although the town is crumbling. Konosmgr's massive force up north. Pushing forward. Alpini leader under pressure. Tiger goes down. Oh my goodness. And now the 75 mils might be under some pressure here. I would assume the Focke-Wulfs might try to ground strafe or do something here. I'm not sure if Protoss has noticed his northern flank has completely crumbled. He's probably just very preoccupied with the micro up north, down south. SDK of Z71, though, is in to stop the push over here. 90 mil gets a big hit on that T-34. Misses the second one. He's going to lose his fighter here. That's pretty bad. I mean, if he needs any more AA, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. T-34 does go down, but he's going to lose his fighter here. Wow, I can't believe that survived. That had no business living. He actually captured this flag randomly, though. Already going after the 90 mil. Here comes just a blob, a mass of 6 20 mils. And look how little they do. Oh my god, they're so bad. They're so freaking bad. Oh my god, they're terrible. Obicha now counter-battering and has the radar from the leader here. Wow, the kill of both, all that armor was just devastating. These two Autoblinda cards, the only thing holding. Both players in Maverick Income, I feel like I should be seeing more stuff. But now, Protoss is just going in all in up down south instead of reinforcing up north at all. That seems incredible to me. Like, no infantry at all. His infantry cost 20 points. I feel like he could spare a couple. Incredibly ballsy play. 90 mils finding that half track, but misses because of the stress. I mean, Protoss definitely sees what's going on here. He's microing his troops. He really just doesn't care? That seems shocking to me. No, he has decided he's going all in here. 75 mils push off. The 20 mils can't decide what they're going to do. As the ME410s just float around freely. The thing is, the funny thing is that Protoss has actually called in most of his Air Force. He doesn't really have much more. Maybe another Ju-87, but that's it. The Focke-Wulfs are all... He's only got 2 with the 1 dead already. I mean, he's cleared the skies for the moment, but it's just like... He can't really go all in anymore. But there is a Commandant in now for these 20 mils to try to make them suck a lot less hard. Triple star 20 mil will start to do something useful. Especially 6 of them. P-26 captures this frag, bringing it back to 12-12 after the loss of the town down here. We'd finally see some reinforcements coming. Sorry, excuse me. G55 already repaired. That's kind of surprising, actually. And because the Martyr 3 is an open top, the cannons actually do some good damage. P-26 finds the VK, takes that out. Big kill there. Leader versus Urzat MG. I don't know who wins this, honestly. Oh, with the support, definitely the leader. ME410's finally retreating off. Running out of fuel there. T-34 finds the P-26. P-26, though, has no sight. Let's check this unit out quick. 90 millimeters of penetration, not too shabby. 75 millimeters of armor, also not too shabby. T-34 should be able to take that out easily. Does get the bounce, though. Takes out the half track, and still not the T-34 that's shooting at it. That seems shocking to me. I would think it should be able to see it by now, but I guess not. Focke-Wulf's coming in to try to save the day. P-26 finally goes down. A wall of AA to meet these Focke-Wulfs. Will they get out? They're bad resilience. Down one goes. Yeah, that's so much AA. Konosmgr is hitting back hard. This G55 going to die most likely. Well, maybe not. Again, 20 mils are just so freaking bad. Oh my god, they're so bad. But they will be enough to stop another massive air spam. What a fascinating game. Protoss finally just smashing up on the hill here. You're unloaded really early, though. Could have just driven up to this flag here. Now he's got to walk his way all the way over here. Are any of these Pianiti? No, he's called in so few, and they're like the unit of this division. Like, why is he not just spamming those everywhere? I mean, they don't lose at CQC. Obiche now going after the forest here. Doing some nice suppression damage. Wow, there's 3 arties in now. I mean, Protoss has traded pretty well, honestly. I don't think he's lost a ton of stuff. Might be able to cheeky push up on this hill and kill the AA. If he does that, oh, then Konosmgr really is in trouble. Although, there's only 1 Focke-Wulf left and a couple Ju-87, so maybe not? Like, maybe it doesn't matter? Oh, there's another card of fighters. I apologize. There are 2 cards of fighters. I accidentally covered it with the other picture. But still, like, the fighters aren't what matter, really. 410s deploy. Yeah, this is really ballsy of Protoss. Yeah, he does call it off. Realizes that there's a lot more than a singular SDK of Z71 over here. So planes will get away. P26 is going after the support weapons. 45 mil actually really struggling, but Shchedrin 3 now in position. That's going to kill easily. The hill getting cleared off from the Arty. P26 goes down, though. Just got to be careful. He doesn't have many more P26s left. M15's now around. Do see a Pack 40 now in. 14-10 currently for blue. What a tight game. Already starting to come into play. Apologies for that. Phone was ringing. All right. Anyways. Already going after that 50 mil. 75 mils on the other side responding. Why is he not calling in Pianiti to fight in these woods? I'm so confused. Why call in Alpina? He's got a B-face card of these things. Yeah, he's got 8 in B-face, so why isn't he using them? I mean, they would be absolutely dominant in these woods. So confused. So confused. But Protoss currently on the 13-11, down a little bit in tickets. Finally putting some reinforcements in up north. I can't believe Konosmgr hasn't, like, thrown so much up here after all this time. He saw so much down south. Pack 40 doing nice, Pack 45 doing nice damage to the Pack 40. Arty coming in to help. We'll pin that Pack 40 down pretty quick. Arty, though, in. Stolstrup goes down. There's a FK 288 here. Interesting. His own Arty starting to hit a little bit. Gotta be careful as he pushes forward here. This little holdout finally starting to crumble a little bit. Autoplino, though, kind of an issue. These Reichsjäger don't really have a way past it. More M14s moving in. These are nasty little units for 15 points. They have the Breda gun. It's not the fast-firing one, though. It's a 47 mil. But it does some okay damage, honestly. For 15 points, they're quite solid. Leader goes down there. Nice kill there from the tank. Stug 3. Oh, spots the leader here on the hill. That's probably going to go down. See, like, I can't believe Protoss did not throw a whole bunch of Pianiti into this woods. I don't see how he ever loses it then. Even these Reichsjägers would, like, 100% suffer trying to get that. Has finally captured this hill. A whole bunch of L335s coming in. They just have 2 machine guns on them. Obicha Blob trying to keep the infantry away. Of course, he doesn't win at long range at any fight. But Protoss now in a 14-10, despite losing what I thought would be his stronger area, which is the town. We've seen no more Tigers. We do see a 105 off-map now. P26 finding some Reichsjägers out in the open. Already going after the AA, it looks like. I can't even tell where... Yeah, it's going after the AA. These are in vehicles, though, so they're going to take a fair bit more damage. Maybe not, though. I don't even know. Flak 20 mils have only 5 men to start, so I don't know which one's more survivable. ME410 getting a look-see. Does get through. The 20 mils are in kind of odd spots, so they're not all firing all the time, but this will definitely... It's going to fly over all these, so it's probably going to die. Yeah, it's going to die. So another ME410 down. Once you lose all the recon, it actually... your Air Force really starts to be less independently deadly. Some counter battery now happening. And Konosmgr back on the hill successfully. ME410 trying again. This was a bad choice by Protoss, and he's flying over the same exact thing. I'm not sure why he did that. That was a really bad call. And now I think he's lost all his 410s. Pretty sure it was the last one. And he's doing it again? Why does he insist on flying a recon over here? L-335s, though, are going to be a big deal on these little infantry fights. I mean, they're going to be able to pin every single fight. But here comes T-34s to even the score. One Obiche down. Already forced off the flax, but didn't kill anything. Autoblind is doing nice damage here to these Reitjägers, but the Reitjägers did find some Alpinis out in the open. Nope, Autoblindas are very strong. Always are. Ju-87 coming in for that Stug 3. Will it get its shots off? It does, but it's going to die for that. It will not survive. Whoa, my goodness. Okay. I mean, Protoss has decided he is going to air spam, and that is what he is going to do. He will not do anything else. That is what his plan is. And by God, he's sticking to it. But Konosmgr now on a 13-11. We're seeing his commitment to the ground starting to really pay off. Well, the Centauro blob definitely doing damage. No question of that. Although if it flies over this Giga blob of AA, it's going to die. And now Protoss, forgetting to give these guys order, they start to poke over at the blob. One's about to go down. Protoss definitely distracted. There we go. Finally get an order. He has actually recaptured his flag here in the town. Off map now coming down, though. Protoss' hard-fought gains for that hill now gone. Stug 3 takes a hit from the Pack 40. Nice hit there. We do see a bigger RD piece here in the 100 mil. With ammo, more importantly, to get the other ones firing again. This game is still anyone's. This is still anybody's game. Konosmgr, I mean, he's got more expensive stuff on the map. Doesn't mean it's going to be better, though. Already going after that 90 mil. 90 mil is moving, so Protoss on the micro there. Will he counter battery? I really think he needs to start, because there's a lot of 75 mils out. Like, I understand he wants to keep his air spam going, but I think he needs to target some of that arty. His arty will win. I mean, it's heavier. It still fires really fast. Alpina goes down. There's a holdout of infantry here that's going to be a tough nut to crack. Pack 40 goes down. Big loss there. Off map coming down again. I mean, really think it comes down to who decides to start killing off Artie first. Because we're definitely in for the Maverick long haul at this point. But it doesn't look like... I mean, Konosmgr started to kill Artie and then stopped. Loses the Focke-Wulf. Big loss there for Protoss. Big loss there. Yeah, his Air Force is really getting broken down. I think it's time to abandon the airplane here. I don't think it's worth it anymore. He's lost a lot of stuff trying to do that. Ooh, Reitjäger getting a nice Molotov off over the building and surrendering that. Good play there. I don't even know if it was really a good play. It just automatically happened, but still. 90 mil continuing to move forward. We finally do see some counter battery going on. But that's only from Konosmgr. Well, maybe Protoss is going after this gun. I'm not sure. I have a feeling he's still going after AA. You know, Beach taking a big hit. I think once Protoss starts losing his arty, he's really in trouble. Off map, not going to do much. Kind of just not an important target. Auto blindas, one goes down to the Zis 3 there. M14 actually bounced the Panzer 3. That's shocking because these things just don't have much ammo. I mean, armor. Lots of action here. Stug 3's pushing forward. Not sure how he's going to kill those. The P-26s kind of can, but they're going to bounce a lot. It's definitely not consistent. 75 mils now going after the AA again. Well, I'm not sure why. The only thing you could want to bring in is an HE-111. Maybe stripe with this fighter? I understand, like, the automatic reaction is always just like, oh, I have arty. I should bomb the AA because that's what you do. Oh, Protoss just flying over with his fighters again. Why? Why, man? Why? Trying to get in with the Ju-87. Gets one. Gets two. Wow. But that Ju-87 probably going to go down here, I would think. Nope. Yep, down it goes. So he's down to one of those, maybe? One more, I think. And that's if it didn't die without me noticing. Autoblinda goes down to the T-34. Now this one's going to go down to the VK-9. Yeah, the lack of armor starting to punish him. I mean, but that's the issue with this division. That's why I just won't really play this division. It's just so punishing. And I don't think your infantry are phenomenal enough to make up for how bad your armor is. Yeah, Pioneer is disgusting. Alpini are efficient, I guess. They're not good. Now Konosmgr back on the 1311. Who's still going to Shudder Shock with their triple machine gun, just absolutely cleaving through that infantry squad. Light arties trading. Now both players not trying to kill each other again. $90 mil, much more juicy target here for these 75s, which are now double star, so they're firing very fast. I mean, the pressure... Ooh, big hit there from the counter battery. Yeah, and this is the issue when you don't counter batteries. Eventually, your opponent is going to get the better of you. How much arty does he have? I mean, he's got plenty. He's got 6 in B phase. Doesn't really have any more 75s, but he's got 6 100 mils. I mean, the pressure's on Protoss, and now he's at a 1410, so the pressure's getting worse. So he re-loses his town flag. Autoblinda, the only reason this town is held at all. The thing is, too, Protoss only has 50-some infantry, while Konosmgr has 80-some infantry. So, I mean, eventually Protoss just runs out of infantry. And that's a very real issue. Now, if the Autoblindas can kill this VK and get behind the lines here, there's some fat, flak, juicy targets here that he might be able to get, although Stug 3 is here, unfortunately for him. Already on the run now. Nice play there by Konosmgr by having some sort of defense over here. But again, I think Protoss is just too hyper-focused on killing this AA at this point. There's so much of it. There's just so much of it. And I know initially, like, when he first did it and killed the SDKs, that it was like, whoa, this is it. But at this point, I don't think it is anymore. Even if he kills it. Like, even if he kills this AA, let's say he wipes all of this AA out, which was unlikely anyway. Then what? I mean, he's lost all his Focke-Wulfs, so there's no bombs. There's a couple of strafing runs. He's only got one more Ju-87 left, so, like, who cares? Like, it's no longer an effect that's significant enough to matter. But gosh darn it if he's not going to try. Down another 75 goes the counter battery of Konosmgr, starting to have an effect, a noticeable effect. Yeah, I'm starting to feel this one slip away from Protoss here. Really thought in B phase he was starting to really get his footing, especially with the big strike that killed the Tiger and stuff. It netted him a lot of good trades, you know, a lot of kills. But now things are really starting to slip from his grasp. I mean, even Shtugs are bowling him around. If there's like a Tiger that ends up here, I'm not sure what he does. He lost his 90 mil here. This one's just trying to stay alive. He's only got one more Ju-87 left, and if he runs it in to kill the Tiger, it's dead, and then there's no more Ju-87s left. There's still 4 Tigers left at least. I think there's 5 with the leader. Double MG42 now. Going to absolutely decimate that Pack 40, and he'll be down another Pack 40. That's not a cheap unit at this point for him. ME410 easily forced off. Hobotang would be proud, the piles of 20 mils. Yes, he would. He'd be telling me attack power. See, 20 mils are great. I mean, if you bring in 6 of any weapon, they're great. So it's like, it's a redundant thing to say. I hate when people are like, well, when you spam them, they're good. I mean, everything's good when you spam it. Every unit can be annoyingly effective if there's 10 of them. Like, it's just a redundant argument. Like, every single unit is good if you send in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. So the unit is spammable is a horrible argument. If that's the only way it's good, it's not very good. And here we go again. He's going to lose at least one. Well, maybe not. The thing is, like, as these guys fly through, each AA will try to target a different one. Unless he specifically tells them to fire at one. Looks like he might be, actually. So one is forced off. You can see how little suppression they do, though. My goodness gracious. Going in for another run, I think. He needs a target, though, and he doesn't have it. OBJ is getting absolutely crushed now by the counter battery. Again, I feel like Protoss could have won this Arty war, but he just didn't commit to fighting it. And there goes another one. Up in the town, P90 just getting overwhelmed. Now 2 100 mils up north. Here comes another big run. It's not even doing that much. Luckily for Protoss, Konosmgr just have these guys sitting here instead of like targeting them specifically. Because if he actually chose a target, these would be dying. More M15s just rolling in. These, I mean, for 20 points, these do a lot of work. They're like T26s. Similar in build, like in terms of their usage. T34 is finally pushing up. The only, I mean, P26 is here. Might do something. Probably won't do much, though. 2-on-1 will decimate them, and especially if this FK288 gets a hold of this P26 first. Then he's really kind of screwed. Oh, okay. Weird. Should be able to fire back, and it definitely should see him. That's really weird. Oh, is this thing 1750? Oh, that's why. Duh. You just don't see these units often. For 45 points, that's very good. Now the counter battery coming for this arty, and there is ammo right next to this artillery gun. Don't do this, folks. Careful to always move your ammo far away, because when these die, they explode, and they'll kill things around them. Some Panzerschrecks coming in to try to kill off these T-34s, which they certainly can. Crest that hill. You need the infantry dead, though, so you can actually kind of sneak up a little bit. Alpini can't even finish off this Shock here by themselves. That's how bad they are. They just aren't good. Like, it's great that they're 20 points, but they're just so bad. Surprised couldn't hear changing targets. I guess the Pac 40 is a very juicy target. 90 mil has worked its way all the way around. Okay. I'd love to see what his plan with that is. Auto Blinda is the only thing holding the town. So this Panzer III, when it spots it, will kill it. And Protoss throws in the towel. Yeah, I didn't see how he got back at that point. 38 minutes, 8 seconds. 4th Alpine going down to Gruppe Harteneck. Not terribly surprising in terms of divisional matchup. 3,075 to 2340 there. Yeah, that's a really hard matchup. Well, in truth, I feel like 4th Alpine has like 100 really hard matchups because the division's just missing a lot of stuff and really has to work hard. It has like specific answers, and that's it. Like, it has a couple specific answers to problems, and if those answers don't work, then you're just kind of screwed. Like, that's that for it. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and consider supporting on Patreon. Thanks a bunch. Have a fantastic day.